Now, for more on how China's hospitality and tourism market is evolving, I'm joined by Liping Cai. He's professor and director at Purdue University's Tourism and Hospitality Research Center. Welcome to the show.
You're welcome. Good evening.
So how much potential do you see in China's tourism and accommodation industry as the country continues its economic upgrade?
Well, sure, the potential is huge. If you simply look at the correlation between disposable personal income and the propensity to travel for leisure. But the economic situation is only the beginning. There are other factors that are going to further boost the travel for leisure domestically. We all know that the access to scenic areas has been improved with this keep expanding networks of highways and high-speed rails. But another important factor which has not been mentioned around here in the academic community is the increasing confidence for the Chinese consumers to travel away from home and increasing pride in their own culture. So I would expect a greater increase of domestic travel than many people expect.
So let's take a look at some of the trends that you're seeing among Chinese travelers, both in terms of how much they spend, the experiences they're looking for, and also in terms of the accommodation. Tell us about some of the changes you've seen over the last 20 years.
Well, the accommodation sector right now is probably around 10% of the overall expenditure in the travel marketplace. So there was a tremendous room to grow. But this sector has been pretty much dominated by traditional hotel concepts. So the innovative concepts would emerge, will continue to emerge. Home sharing, it's on the horizon. Time sharing is coming up. There will be an industry shakeup for sure, especially in the upscale and the mid-price hotel sectors. But this traditional definition of hotel products will be challenged by new innovative products in the marketplace, especially as the younger people come into the marketplace. They set the trends, and their spending habits are constantly changing.
Right.
And so there will be a lot of innovative products, innovative concepts in the horizon, and the industry, I don't think, is prepared for it.
Now, we also know that more luxury hotels are also eyeing China. How do you think they can better compete with the more well-established local brands?
I would say in multinational hotel companies, yeah, they come into China, but not necessarily only in the luxury sector. Multinational brands are coming to China more to manage the hotels that are built by the Chinese, and they begin to franchise as well. And they're going to the third and fourth tier cities. They try to expand the market coverage, try to get economy scales. The market is huge. As I said, right now, accommodation sector only occupies about 10% of the expenditure. There was a room to grow. But they need to follow the market. They need to be very sensitive to what's going on in the marketplace. The ways they do the business in their home country may not operate in China.
Now, let's also look at some of the challenges and the opportunities posed by some of these home sharing and boutique hotels when it comes to traditional hotel chains. How does that competition stack up?
Well, I don't think scale-wise is going to immediately challenge the hotel chains, the multinational brands, according to the strategy. And I think first of all, they're going to depress the rates. They're going to depress the room rates, especially in the areas where there was a high concentration of leisure travelers. People going to that demand was out of the traditional domain. But the main challenge is these hotels, these boutique hotels, smaller properties, they can adapt to the market conditions very rapidly, and which is a competitive advantage for them, because the market conditions do change constantly, especially with the demographic shift in the consumers.
And just quickly, in terms of the role that you think Chinese travelers are going to have on the global tourism industry, what's your take?
Well, they're going to travel more and more overseas, that's for sure. And I think the main challenge is whether the destinations or the other countries are prepared, ready for them arrival. The number is not the issue. The experience is the issue. And if a place, a destination, be a state in America, be a city, be a town in Indiana, for example,
right.
The Chinese tourists are coming. You like it or not, they come in. But the issue is whether they're ready to receive them, they're ready to accept them as the guest.
Indeed.
And I think that would be the main challenge for destinations.
Right. Unfortunately, we will have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Professor Liping Cai, Director at the Purdue Tourism and Hospitality Research Center.